The most common determinative, however, is this sign, a papyrus roll, used for abstract words or concepts. Although such words could not easily be represented by a picture, they could be written down, for example, on papyrus, thus acquiring a tangible physical form. This written form could then be depicted in the shape of a rolled up papyrus sheet. So for example, once again you have a word with a block structure, with the letter S, the letter N on top, and the letter B, the bottom, with a papyrus roll. This word is transliterated as 𝓃, which means health, healthy. This word has the same block structure, with the letter S, the letter H, like the Scottish H sound, 𝓃, and the mouth at the bottom, and the papyrus determinative at the end. This word is transliterated as 𝓃r, meaning for counsel, plan, conduct, manner. Two abstract words and concepts. One important word often written with the papyrus roll determinative is this word. This word has the H, 𝓃 sound, which describes a possible placenta, symbol, the T, which is the bread loaf, with the papyrus on top, and of course I'm sure you recognize these three strokes, which indicates the plural. This word is pronounced 𝓃, and it means thing or things. And of course the plural sign. The word 𝓃 is often written with the plural strokes, although it is not a plural word. Notice that for reasons of spacing, the papyrus roll can be positioned either horizontally or vertically. You will find that a number of long, thin signs can be arranged like this. Sometimes a word can have more than one determinative. Here is an example. This word, which has the letter N on top, the cobra at the bottom for the sound j, the folded cloth for the sound s, a bird and a man determinative. This word is transliterated as 𝓃𝓧s, and it means individual, ordinary man, person, from the root meaning little or small. Also notice that at the end of the word 𝓃𝓧s, you have the bird determinative, which describes something small, and also the man following, which describes a man. These two determinatives help us understand this word's meaning, which gives us individual, ordinary man, person, a common person. Having a determinative thus gives us a second way of getting at a word, a general clue to its meaning. This has the advantage that we can distinguish between two words written the same way. Here is an example. These two words are identical. They are pronounced identically. I-a-u, the reed leaf, the vulture, the quail. But we don't really know what they mean. But by adding determinatives, the meaning can be more clarified. By adding this determinative, this word now becomes old, or the old. By adding this determinative for a man raising his hands up in the air, this word now becomes adoration, praise. The same words pronounced the same way with the same sound, but two different meanings by adding determinatives. As we shall see in the lesson 2, there are other features of the hieroglyphic script which tends to ensure that different words are written differently even when they share the same sounds. Remember, in practice, however, as on the monumental inscriptions we shall be studying in these lessons, determinatives are often omitted or frequently omitted. For example, this word was described earlier in the book. You may not have noticed it, but now will be brought to your attention. This word has the M sound for the owl, the A sound for the arm, and the K sound for the hill. This word without a determinative cannot really be truly understood. But by adding this determinative at the end, which describes fire, we have the word roast. Another example of a word here, which again has no true determinative, does not really define the meaning, only the sound. But by adding a determinative at the end, we have the word goose. And this is how determinatives are used and how hieroglyphics are read. Ancient Egyptian is a vast language, and many different rules also function in order to understand the language, and they will all be discussed further in the lessons. Direction of writing. So far, we have ordered the hieroglyphs following our own system of writing them in lines from left to right. However, hieroglyphs were used in a more decorative manner than letters in our own writing system. In particular, they often formed a fundamental part of the aesthetic scheme of a monument. Although we shall continue to present the hieroglyphs from left to right order within the context of these lessons, when you study real examples of inscriptions, these may well be organized from right to left, which is the usual direction, and possibly in columns. Fortunately, there's a very simple trick to reading hieroglyphs in the right order. Always read into the front of the faces of the various signs, and then followed by from above to below. Once again, remember, read into the front of the faces of the various signs, and from above to below. Here is an example. This picture represents an inscription on the monument. It is an offering scene from the tomb of Sendi. In this case, the inscription is fitted into the space of the surrounding figure. Always remember again, read facing the various signs to help you understand how to read this. The foot indicated below helps you understand the direction of which to read. So, read from right to left, and then from top to bottom. So let's show you how this is done. The first sign indicated here is the starting point, and we will progressively move on to show you the direction. Once the first line is accomplished horizontally, then we work our way down vertically to the foreleg of beef. This is what this image represents. Then working our way down vertically, we get the next symbol. Vertical again. Now we move horizontal. Vertical again. Vertical once more. Then moving horizontally. And then down again. And then once more. As you can see now, this is a block structure. I'm sure we've seen this before in the previous lessons, so you might remember how it works. Continuing on. Vertically, and finally the last symbol is vertical again. To increase your confidence in reading hieroglyphs, try practicing by writing out or reading different inscriptions that you can find online or in books. Are you confused yet? Not to worry. Here is another example.